Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today I'm going to show you how to change the fluid in the BX2822A heavy-duty 55-inch snowblower from Kubota. And this is what I'm going to be using. Textron 80W90. I got a big jug because I'm going to use this also for the front. The reduction gears in here. Plus I'm going to use it for the front axles of the Kubota BX23s in the spring. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the doors and I'm going to detach the snowblower from the front of the BX to give me more space to work on. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I don't want to have to disconnect the hydraulic lines, so I'm just going to pivot the snowblower around so I can get access to it. Okay, so there we go. We can see it's also a good time to make sure that your engagement shaft is working properly. You still have your play. Now this looks good. This is going to be very difficult to show, but you have your filler cap here, and I'll see if I can get a light because this is going to be annoying, but there's a drain here. Let's get a light. All right, and then there's a drain on this side here with an Allen bolt. There's one on the other side as well, and then on the side is your fill line. Same on the front. You have your fillers here. This is your level mark indicator, and on the bottom you have the drain. All right, so it takes an Allen key, and we'll do that. Right. There we go. It's actually looking pretty clean. There's the grub screw that holds at the bottom. I'll undo this. This one looks like it has a vent on it. I'll let that pour out. So the reason I'm doing this today is because in the manual, it says to change this fluid and in the gear reduction drive at the back once a season. So that's what I'm doing. So it says to go until very few drops are left. So I'll just undo this one as well now. Tough. Oh my God. I'm gonna break that. I can't get that off. It's not instilling confidence. Sorry for the bad angle. Nope. I've bent my Allen key, so that's in there pretty good. I'm gonna try using one of these, get a bit more oomph on it. There we go. That was on there very tight. So we'll just let that ease out a bit. So it's a beautiful -2 today. I'll put that in Fahrenheit down below. But it's a nice day to be doing this. I'm gonna have problems finding a funnel that fits that hole. This is my smallest funnel. And as you can see, it doesn't really fit that hole very well. So I've got a bit of a hack I'll show you. Because that won't fit properly, I'm gonna use the end of a caulking tube to make it a reducer for my funnel. So then that will go on here. We'll slip on like that. I'll put a piece of tape on it, and then I'll cut this end off small enough that it'll fit inside the hole. Like that, and then I'll cut the end off. And that'll sit like that. And we're just about ready to fill. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clean off the grub screws and reinsert them. And then next we'll start to fill it. This is going to be really slow because this is very cold. And we'll pour it in until it starts to come out of the bleed hole. Very slow.
1 hour later.
Oh, I see it. I see it. I don't know if you can see it right there. And we're done. Good. So we'll take this off. And the last strips in there. Now it's coming out. And the last step is to put the vented cap in. And tighten that down. Good. That's the front done. Now let's do the back. These are sealed in there pretty good. So I'll just leave that on for now so that nothing gets inside. I think this would be much easier to do without the front bracket on. Why do they use different sizes? Really? No, too loose. One size up. That's too loose. I'm not gonna try that. Why? Why? It would be so much easier. There's different sizes everywhere. Too loose. This size for the, yeah, that one fits there. Okay. So I don't know if I can tell what size this is. It's not marked anywhere. So it's one of the last ones I checked. Just make sure that I can get these off before I put the bucket underneath. Okay, that's enough. So this just take a little while. So I only get about a quarter turn before I have to reset. It's still too tight to do it with my fingers. This is one of those jobs I suggest doing in the springtime or when it's warm, when you're taking it off, as opposed to when you're lying on the concrete floor at the start of winter. Just makes things easier. So you know you have to do it once a year, or once a season, I guess. Just check your manual. It'll tell you when it needs to be done. All right, got one. They have a thread locker on it. A big bead of it. I'm glad that didn't fall inside the transmission or the gear reduction. So that's not very nice. So while that's emptying, I'll do the other side. Thing I just noticed. The darker one is what's in the front auger gears, and the lighter green stuff is in this back reduction gear. But in my manual it says to use the same stuff. So check your manual. This is what the dealer gave me. He says it can be used for both, so I'm using it. All right, so there's the other one. Yeah, and again, it has a big glob of RTV or thread locker. So I don't like that very much. And while that's emptying now, I can undo the drain level indicator. Is that? Yeah, and more of that thread locker. Wow, they really put a lot on there. So. And I can also remove the top this time. Clean up the threads. And I'll come back when that's done emptying, and then we can start filling it again. So while that's draining, I'm gonna go around and use my lock and lube to fill up the grease points on the snowblower. It's a good time to do that. Looks like it's done dripping, so let's close up the two bottom holes. We'll start filling it, and when it comes out that side hole, we'll cap it off. All right, so hopefully you can see that. This is the spill out pointing down here, the low drain. It's probably right behind you, right there, and this is where I'm going to fill from.
1 hour later.
It's a tough thing to see. You see it there? All right, let's close up. I'm gonna move you because I can't reach. All right, we'll put the top one in. So I'll just give those a quick tight, and then we'll come back and start it up and make sure it works. That was not a fun job. It's very messy when you're working with small little Allen screws and grub screws, whatever you call them. And by nature, you have to let it drip to make sure that it's full. It's kind of very simple, but a lot of waste. So there you go. That's how you change the fluid in your BX2822A HD snowblower for the front of your BX23s tractor. So thanks very much for watching. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.